When rangers raced to save a lioness trapped in a python's deadly coils, no one expected what happened next. But it was the male lion's shocking response that left even the seasoned commander speechless. Was it rage, or something far deeper? Watch until the end to witness a moment that rewrites everything we thought we knew about lions. Would you have trusted the male lion in that moment? Let us know in the comments. The midday sun shimmered above the African savanna, painting the golden grasslands in hues of ochre and amber. A gentle breeze whispered through the acacia trees, stirring dust devils along the edge of the asphalt road, cutting through the heart of the preserve. Commander Davis Hayes stood on the footrest of his lead ranger jeep, his frame upright, weathered, and unwavering. In his early 60s, Hayes was a relic of the old school, battled and burned, but never broken. His faded ranger's hat clung stubbornly to his silver hair, and his sharp eyes scanned the horizon like those of a hawk. Around him, 2 other jeeps followed in staggered formation, kicking up trails of dust behind their wheels. The day had begun quietly. Too quietly, Hayes thought. In his experience, the savannah never stayed quiet for long. The radio crackled to life. Base 1 to Commander Hayes. Come in. Patrol Team Delta just sighted a lioness in distress near Junction 7. She's lying motionless. We've got movement near her, but, sir, it's bad. Hayes reached for the handset. Understood. Hold your position. We're en route. ETA 4 minutes. Do not approach. He glanced to his driver and gave a nod. The convoy accelerated. As the jeeps bounded forward, the vast plains opened before them, golden grass rippling like waves under the afternoon sun. Birds scattered overhead, their wings slicing through heat and light. Hayes braced himself as they turned toward Junction 7, dust coating his boots. In the wild, he murmured under his breath, trouble moves fast. But death? Death is faster. Then, a ranger from the lead vehicle ahead shouted, voice sharp and urgent. It's Shunny, and she's not alone. There's a python on her. The convoy skidded to a halt. Rangers leapt from their vehicles, boots hitting the tarmac with purpose. What they saw was a moment frozen in horror. Shunny, the revered golden lioness known across the reserve, lay sprawled across the blacktop, her chest heaving shallowly. Her flank trembled, her paws twitched in protest, and wrapped around her midsection was a python. Not just any python, a massive one, nearly 16 feet in length, its scaled body glinting like molten bronze beneath the midday sun. Its muscular coils constricted rhythmically, inching tighter around Shunny's ribs with every passing breath. Mosi, the full-maned male lion, roared beside her, pacing in tight, agitated circles. His tail flicked like a whip. He lunged once, swiping at the snake with an open paw, claws unsheathed, but he didn't bite. He couldn't. A miscalculation could kill Shunny. Hayes barked orders with practiced calm. Form a perimeter. Poles out. Keep your distance. For rangers armed with long wooden poles advanced in a semicircle, careful not to cross Mosi's path. The lions snarled at their presence, but stayed near Shunny, ever the sentinel. Hayes stepped forward, measuring the scene. He had seen Shunny survive worse. Years ago, she had escaped a poacher's snare with torn flesh and bleeding limbs, yet she limped back into the wild like a warrior queen. She had become a symbol, an emblem of the reserve's resilience. But now, even Shunny's strength was buckling. The python shifted, pressing its weight with chilling precision. Each scale moved like armor across its muscle-bound length. Its head hovered just inches from Shunny's shoulder, tongue flicking the air. No one spoke. The wind itself seemed to pause. Hayes turned to his team. We wait for the right moment. No sudden moves. This has to be perfect. In the heat of the day, the sun bore witness. Dust hung in the air. The wild had come to a halt, but the clock was already ticking. Hayes dropped to one knee beside the lioness, his eyes studying the python's rhythmic contractions. He placed a hand lightly on the ground. He could feel it, the pulse of pressure. The timing was familiar. 3 minutes, he muttered. That's what we've got. 3 minutes before the next retightening. He looked up, meeting Mosi's unblinking eyes. The lion's chest rumbled with low thunder. His paws pressed into the pavement, ready to charge. One swipe could end a life. Maybe several. Mosi, Hayes whispered. I saved your father. Remember that? Down by the old river crossing. You weren't even grown yet. He trusted me. Let me save her. The lion bared his teeth, but didn't advance. A long, guttural snort escaped his throat. Less fury, more warning. Still, he stepped back. Just 2 paces. It was enough. Hayes raised his hand. Get ready. We go for the tail and the head. 2 on each end. When I give a word, we lift. The team moved into position, poles braced, knuckles tight around wood. 3. Hayes began. The wind stilled. Even Mosi held his breath. 2. Shunny's eye fluttered open. Just barely. 1. Now. The Rangers sprang into action. One jab beneath the python's tail, lifting with all his strength. Another thrust forward toward its head, aiming between the coils. The snake recoiled, hissing like a ruptured tire. One ranger was knocked backward, skidding across the asphalt with a cry. The python writhed violently, its body contorted, slamming into the poles. Hayes ducked low and grabbed for a section of its belly, adding his weight to the effort. Mosi roared, louder now, so loud it echoed across the plains. He bounded forward, lips curled back. Dust exploded beneath his paws. Hayes froze, but Mosi didn't strike. He stood inches away, muscles taut, roaring not at the men, but at the snake, as if giving them cover. The python flinched. Again, pull, Hayes shouted. The team yanked as one. With a screech of scales on asphalt, the python's grip slipped. One coil, then another. Shunny gasped, her chest rising slightly. Her paw twitched with life. The moment hung there, tense, trembling, like a final breath. Then the python's head withdrew. They had won the second it blinked. The python, now uncoiled and furious, lashed out. One of the younger rangers, Ade, took the bite, a deep, vicious clamp just above the ankle. He cried out and fell. Hayes lunged, grabbing him by the vest and dragging him backward while another ranger jabbed the snake's head with his pole, forcing it to retreat. Shunny lay free, wheezing shallowly but alive. Dust clung to her golden fur. Her flanks heaved. Mosi approached her slowly, each step deliberate. He lowered his massive head and pressed his muzzle gently into her neck. A soft growl, not of anger, but of comfort, escaped him. Then, something unexpected. Mosi turned to the rangers. He looked at them, truly looked, then let out a low grunt, short and breathy. A sound halfway between acknowledgement and respect. Then he stepped back. The python, herded by careful prods and loud stomps, slithered off into the nearby bush. Its body rippled as it vanished among the grasses, defeated but spared. Hayes knelt by Shunny. He touched her side gently. Easy now, he said, voice low. You did good, girl. Real good. He called it on the radio. This is Commander Hayes. Immediate vet support requested at Python Road. Female lion in distress. Breathing stable, minor abrasions. Hydration and sedation needed. Copy that, came the reply. Vet team inbound 5 minutes. Shunny blinked slowly. Mosi sat near her, his tail flicking dust behind him. They waited together, guardian and warrior. And the plains, so long frozen in tension, began to breathe again. Later that afternoon, with the python long gone and the ranger team disbanding the emergency site, the last scene lingered beneath the wide, cloudless sky. Shunny rose slowly. Her movements were stiff, but her footing sure. She limped, but did not falter. Beside her, Mosi walked at her pace. Their bodies touched at the shoulder. A lioness and her protector, partners in survival. They paused at the edge of the tall grass. Shunny turned once, just once, to glance back at the humans who had dared to intervene. Then she vanished into the wild, swallowed by sun and savanna. Commander Hayes stood by his jeep, sweat darkening his collar, his faded hat in hand. He rested it gently on the hood. He said nothing for a long while. Then finally he spoke. The wild doesn't ask for your help, but sometimes, just sometimes, it allows you to give it. He climbed back into the jeep, the wheels crunching gravel as the convoy turned toward camp. The wild nature keeps its own promises. Even the strongest fall, but it is in our willingness to act, to risk, and to stand beside one another that we honor the wild's silent call for help. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it coils quietly and waits for someone to undo the grip. If this story moved you, if you believe in protecting nature's fiercest and most fragile, then give this video a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more real wildlife rescue stories that honor the untamed world. Until next time, keep your heart wild and your eyes open.